Welcome back to 20 Years of Doom. I'm Temin.
I'm Red.
And I'm Malman.
We've got something special. What could it be? We've got ominous tunes in the background. It's Hexen by Raven Software in collaboration with id Software. They use their Doom engine.
Raven Software is... They're some pretty good guys, from what I know.
Yeah, they are. I have a bit of a special relationship with this game. It was my second official id Soft, Raven Soft game. First being Quake, oddly enough. And,
oh, nice.
Oh, hello.
Hey, look, new enemies. That's always fun. So yeah, this is Hexen. Kind of a spin-off of Heretic, but, you know, kind of its own thing, too. Technically, we're still searching for Serpent Riders a la Hexen, but one of them's dead, and we're kind of picking up in a different world where another Serpent Rider has taken the reins, more or less.
And the Heretic is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Or he was later named Corvus, I believe?
Yeah, he's given the name Corvus later. I don't know if we'll complete that game, but we'll certainly look at it. Heretic 2, which there is, but you know, again, that's in the future. But yeah, Heretic introduces a bunch of new features to the Doom engine, which are fantastic. Like jumping, you have knees now. Isn't that incredible?
Well, we've always had knees, but now they actuate.
Yeah, fall damage. Oh yeah.
And boy, how did they love their fall damage in this game.
Yeah. So another thing they have is poly objects, so you can have sectors rotating around, which wasn't possible in the Doom engine. They would have to be, you know, static on the XY plane, but now they've got some weird voodoo magic where you have like an anchor point somewhere in the world that projects a spinning sector in place of where it's supposed to be. I don't exactly know how it works, but it's a dynamic thing rather than a static thing.
Wait, hold on a second. You're telling me poly objects are an old technology?
Yeah, they were invented in Hexen.
What? I thought
Nope. And the third new thing...
quite revolutionary for its time.
Yeah, Hexen added a ton of new features. And the third biggest thing Hexen added is ACS scripting, which is Action Control Script, which is pretty much being used still today. Lets you have scripted sequences. Well, I guess that's really all there is to it. Not much more to describe beyond scripted sequences, because that could be like anything, really. But yeah, this is all this new stuff, and I haven't even addressed the level or the fact that there are also classes. This is level 1, the Winnowing Hall, kind of a prologue map.
I noticed which class you picked, and I have words to say about that.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, we'll get into that soon. Yeah, this is the prologue map, Winnowing Hall. Introduces you to, I guess, the controls, more or less. Yeah, it's fine. It's the most linear thing about this game. You'll see later. There's a whole lot to this game. But yeah, you can pick Hexen's classes. You got the Mage, the Fighter, and the Cleric, and I went with the Cleric because that's who I picked the first time I ever played this game, and he has my favorite weapons. But, you know, we'll get to see the other classes later down the road. So,
alrighty.
But the mace does suck here. This is one of the worst weapons.
The mace is the worst weapon in the game, bar none.
Yeah.
It at least seems very fun to swing around, at least for now.
Yeah, for now.
But it's... Oh, wait.
Oh, bats!
Oh, what in the...
Check it out. It's like,
Bat Country?
These guys should be familiar.
Yeah. So, Heretic was apparently like in an elf world, whereas Hexen takes place in a human world, so this is the human equivalent of the red gargoyles, I guess. That's my interpretation of what's going on there. Also, they're really annoying. Sometimes they come in egg form and you can't damage the eggs and you have to wait for them to hatch.
Oh, interesting little thing right here is you can actually skip this whole entire section if you're playing the wizard.
Oh yeah, the mage starts with a ranged attack as their first weapon, and
there's something up here you have to hit, but you can hit it from down below if you have the ranged weapon. So
pretty cool.
Nice.
Good speedrun strat.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, it was a trap.
Yes, this game loves its traps. Most of the time that you die is going to involve either falling to your doom or a trap.
Yeah. I was waiting to lure these guys into the crushers, but I lost my patience for that. So those plans got scrapped real quick. I guess that guy was stuck on that little jar. Alright, here we go. This is what opens the exit to the level. Just give the bell a nice whack. I love that animation.
That's a nice spray.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it would look a bit funky if you were looking at that from the side, though. Like, just kind of hits it, but it swings back and forth from your perspective. I don't know.
Like a little opening back to the main.
Yeah.
He hit it a little weird.
One of the best moments in the whole entire game.
Yep, here we go.
Whoa.
Greetings, mortal. Are you ready to die?
That was the moment I realized how much I love this game.
That is... How have I never seen that before?
I don't know.
Wow.
We've played Hexen at least once before, haven't we?
I've played Hexen a number of times before. I wonder... Oh, man. Wow. What the
It's
hell?
like the defining moment of this game is just that big, huge, like, screw you from the boss guy going, hey, you're about to die, boy. Have a nice day.
So, that was Korax, the second of the Serpent Riders. Speaking of serpents,
this guy should look very familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Disparel was riding one of these. Now they're just... The world's full of them here.
And
Gex,
they
what
are
happened?
a pain in
Oh,
the
wait.
ass.
Yeah. Yeah, they can throw fireballs. They have slightly more capabilities without a rider, it turns out. They have a little bit of independence. But,
I would like to say you give them 2 stars, but if you ever play on the highest difficulty setting, I think that the highest difficulty setting in this game is strange. It doesn't change the damage the enemies do, or even really the number of enemies, because it's pretty much the same as the second highest level.
Right.
And nor does it change their damage. It changed their behavior. You see him walking back and forth, he would not be doing that in the highest difficulty. He will literally plant his butt into the ground and spew infinite fireballs until you kill him.
that's crazy.
God.
Oh yeah, it makes him atrociously hard if you're playing the fighter. It's hilarious fighting them as a fighter on the highest difficulty.
Oh, man. I could only imagine. Unfortunately, being me, I'm only playing the second hardest difficulty for everything, so I hadn't even considered that. I figured it would be just like the same as Nightmare, where...
No, this game already has respawning enemies, so...
That is
couldn't really
true,
do that.
yeah.
Granted, it wasn't until the expansion that the respawning enemies became more than just Ettins, but... yeah.
Whoa.
The respawning enemies are also a scripted thing. They just have a script that starts as soon as you open the map, and that just occasionally spawns in enemies every so often. Alright, here we have a portal.
There's a timer.
Yeah, timer.
The Ice World.
Yeah, this is the Guardian of Ice. So, yeah, the thing with Hexen is it's hub-based instead of linear level progression. So we can technically get back to the 7 portals from anywhere. Also, I have to explain the flechettes because they're great, especially the clerics.
So I always kill myself with the clerics.
Yeah. It's easy to do, as you'll see soon, I'm sure. But what they do, each class has differently functioning flechettes. Yeah, I just walked into my poisonous gas cloud. But yeah, the clerics create an extremely long-lasting poison gas cloud that you can lure enemies into fairly easily, and they take a bunch of damage. Obviously the downside is you can walk into your own cloud and take poison damage.
This is random. The one you have to step in is random.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Yeah, if you step in the wrong one.
If you step in the wrong one, you die.
Yeah.
Of
Well,
course.
I stepped in the wrong one, but I was able to not get squished. So.
Just
Anyways.
pull the Indiana Jones, swap the idol with the rock, you know.
Or, you know, just...
Anyways, I mentioned at the beginning of the video I had a special relationship with this. I didn't play it on the PC. I played it on the Nintendo 64.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was bad, but I still loved the game. And it was like, if you fired the later weapons in the game, the frames per second could go down to like 10. It was that bad.
That's great.
But I absolutely adored this game when I was a kid. It was just after Quake, it was my second favorite id Soft game.
Right. Yeah, I could imagine.
And besides Sharewares, this was actually the second id Soft Raven Soft game that I played, so it really stuck with me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'd imagine. I guess anyone's first id games would stick with them, really. But
Yeah.
you know, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing: each hub has its own puzzles, quote unquote. They're more like switch hunts, honestly. But you
Yes.
know,
Switch hunts or item hunts, depending on the level.
yeah. But you know, each hub has its own main puzzle that has to be solved before you can go on to the next, and that's kind of how progression works. And this hub, the 7 portals, each of the levels offshooting from the hub has its own switch that'll activate something on the 7 portals map, or you know, 1/3 of something in this case. We got to get all 3 switches in all 3 maps at the moment. Well, it's not quite like that, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. At least one of the hubs actually has 2 puzzles you have to solve.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I thought was kind of a giant dick move, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. Oh yeah, also, yeah, that's a pit. If you fall down there, you'll die. Just heads up.
Could've guessed.
Navigating this was really hard with an N64 controller. I just
Oh,
wanna say.
God. Yeah.
It's
I remember dying a lot here.
Yeah, I bet. It's mostly all right with the keyboard, but the jump key's in a really awkward place. The jump key's the / key, so I kind of have to press it
what
ahead
the
of
heck?
time. So I have to put my finger on it and press it to make sure I'm actually using the right thing before I actually try any jumps.
It's a little more than awkward, yeah.
Yeah, especially when, you know, my left hand usually on the left side of the keyboard for the rest of the controls.
Right.
So, are we allowed to talk about the other classes?
Let's save it, because I have video footage of them that'll get used later.
Okay.
We'll see.
'Cause I got a lot to say about the other classes.
Alrighty. I would like to... Oh goodness.
Yeah, this is why I don't like the poison flechettes. I know... Oh, hey, what's this?
Well, this is the worst enemy in the game.
Yes, it is,
Oh,
especially
God.
if you're
Yes,
a cleric.
it is.
Especially if you're a cleric.
Well, that's what
I
the
remember these assholes.
that's what the cleric's flechettes are for, killing these guys because they get
Yes
stun-locked
and
by the
no.
poison
They
gas
can
cloud.
actually... They can get stuck in the cloud and it looks like they're taking damage, but they're actually blocking it.
Yeah,
What?
it's
I
Yeah.
know, it's bullshit.
first infinity since the
Infinity,
freaking
thank you.
mutants from Wolfenstein.
Oh, God.
Jeez Louise. But yeah, these guys have a shield, and it can block anything from any angle, no matter what.
Ah,
And it's quite annoying. Anytime they enter their pain state, they put up their shield, and there's me stunning them with the poison cloud. But yeah, sometimes they will look like, I guess they'll look like they're getting damaged, but sometimes they'll actually be in their blocking state. Also, fun fact about the weird yelping sound from the enemies when you gas them. It's actually a slowed down sound bit of a puppy crying.
Aw.
It's kind of messed up.
That's actually really
So they're
neat.
demon
I didn't know
puppies.
that. Oh yeah, they're the shields. They reflect shots too.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, if you throw any projectiles at it, you'll get them thrown right back in your face if they got the
Except
shield up.
the wizard's basic weapon.
Yeah.
Of
That's
course.
the only projectile I can think of that will not be reflected.
Yeah. Man, centaurs are the worst. I guess I should say here, since I don't do bios for the later versions, but there are stronger versions of some of the enemies which fire projectiles that are even more annoying, but that's later.
They actually have their own name. In
The-
the code files. It's called the Slotor.
Yeah, the Slotar. Oh, here we have a new
Dicks.
weapon for the Cleric.
Come
on.
It's one of the most versatile weapons in the game.
Yeah, this thing is
that.
Serpent Staff.
Oh man, I recognize this thing.
Yeah. If you get close to an enemy and use it, you can sap their health. Put it on your own.
Ooh,
It's really useful.
Now,
I
all
did
of the
not know that
second,
part.
Yeah, all the second tier weapons are supposed to be kind of melee-ish. Now this one can double as a ranged weapon, but obviously with the life drain, it has usage in melee, and the other two weapons are also melee weapons, but one of them can also be a ranged, but it's a really piss-poor ranged weapon. This one's a
Right.
good ranged weapon.
So in the corners of this map are two switches that took me forever to figure out what they did for the first time I played it. Oh, I solved all 3/3 of the puzzle. But yeah, what the switches in the corners of this map do is it moves that big metal wall around down here. So if it's on one end, you gotta move it to the other so you can get to the other puzzle switch. But yeah, now I'm gonna go back to the 7 portals and see what I've done.
And you're near death because of your poison flechettes.
You know, yeah, it happens.
I hate those things. Every single time. I like the wizards the best, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. They're all pretty good in my opinion. So, all right.
I have a tendency to also hurt myself with the fighters, but that's because I just suck at throwing them.
So, yeah. As a result of solving the puzzle, we've opened up this door on the other end of the map. Yeah, it looks mostly the same as all the others so far, though.
That is the Blood Serpents.
Yeah, the Korax Serpent Rider.
Yep. Oh god. Oh god. I'm having flashbacks.
Oh boy, yeah. The entrance. Oh, hello. Surprise.
The single worst enemy in this game, as far as I'm concerned.
They have pretty high damage output, but I prefer them to the centaurs.
I hate these guys on so many levels.
Like, their attack basically is 2 ice projectiles that, if they hit a wall, will split into like 8 other smaller, well, 16 total smaller ice projectiles.
If you get hit just right, it can take almost all your health off in one hit.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with these guys. Yeah,
Wow,
see,
you're really playing it close here.
well, it's a good thing they still have, the inventory items.
Also, those little spots on the ground, just want to point that out, those are traps. You step on those,
yeah.
and shoot straight up, and you can die.
Yeah, that's good fun. Lots of crushing traps in this game, really.
Oh, yeah. They really, they took the new physics in this game and went, hey, hog wild, kind of.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, I actually think the Cleric has the easiest time on the hardest difficulty, even though I normally don't like playing the Cleric.
Right.
Because how not only did I mention the problems that the enemies have, you also get one advantage, is mana is about doubled, I think.
Oh, is that
Mana
right?
pickup? Yeah. And as the Cleric is, as far as I'm concerned, the most mana-intensive class, which is why I normally don't like playing it, that really works out well for the Cleric.
Alright, that's cool. So it's got that in common with Nightmare, at least, double ammo pickups.
Yeah. But for reasons that will not be said, this is particularly important for the Cleric.
Yeah, I could imagine. Also, I'm not sure what the point of pulling those switches was. It just let more monsters into the room, and I don't think I really gained anything for having done that. It opened up like that blue mana
Yeah, it
over
opens
there.
that.
But really, that's the reward? Like a single blue mana?
Well, considering how this game tends to work, if you don't hit all the switches, you're probably going to not open the one thing you need to open, so better safe than sorry.
That's true, yeah, it's sometimes very difficult to determine what the switches do, so you might as well hit them all.
It's really great when the game decides to hide the switches. That's the dick part.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, this is we're back in the Guardian of Ice. Just a different part of it is all. We'll see where we were earlier, later. Also, this is a new thing too. Bridges you can walk on.
That was quite the thing that they managed to accomplish with the Doom engine. Because the Doom engine originally was not designed to have like bridges.
Yeah, no.
You could have objects with different elevation, but they were really technically still a 2D plane.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to go underneath like a bridge. The bridge would have to be entirely solid.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
This was the first game that managed to.
Yes.
No, Heretic also managed to do it, didn't they?
Yeah, that was introduced in Heretic, but this has bridges specifically for walking on. But yeah, we're back where we were originally in the Guardian of Ice, and 2 new places have opened.
More of my least favorite enemy.
Yeah, this room kind of sucks. Once you pull, hold on, give it a moment. Come on. All right. Once you pull this switch, come on, do it. Yep. The floor starts to crumble away, and it's a pit. You die if you fall into it. But yeah, here we have a key. Oh, wait, I forgot to pick it up. Well then, I'll get it later. I promise. I don't know why I didn't pick it up there. I thought I did, but I didn't. My bad.
At least you got out of there.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, it's not exactly hard to get out of there before you pick up the key. Hint, hint.
Alright, here's where we used the flame mask we got earlier. Technically, I didn't have to select it from the inventory, but I just showed that you could if you wanted to.
Right. That was a pretty rad sound effect. I'm down.
Yeah. And
I like how if you select the mask, all the different characters have their own voice.
Oh,
they all have different voices. Yeah. Where the fighter literally sounds like this dumb jock going "Durr."
And the mage has the really high-pitched voice. Yeah. But yeah, getting the flame key opened up the door on the left there to the other part of the Guardian of Flame. Did I say left? I meant right. Directions. But the other door would have opened had I gotten the key of steel. But somehow I forgot to do that, and I actually got stuck because I forgot the key and didn't realize it. It was kind of embarrassing.
Well, that's to be expected with this game. I remember the first time playing this, I would spend hours, wall humping more or less, trying to figure out what the hell I was missing.
Yeah, right.
That one of the game's big weaknesses, and I understand why that turns off a lot of people.
Definitely. Yeah. So I just used the dragon skin bracers. Those just give you extra armor, which works differently from Doom. I'm not quite sure how it works, but there are different items that give each class varying amounts of armor. I believe the Amulet of Warding gives the Cleric the most armor once. Probably not. I might be wrong in that, but I don't know.
I think the damage can outright negate attacks at times, because there will be times when like an enemy will hit you, and you hear the noise that says he's hitting you, but it does no damage whatsoever.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't really know how armor class works in this game.
Well, it happens the most with the fighter. That's the classes actually have different armor values. They all have a base armor value, whereas the wizard has zip. The fighter can actually take a few hits naturally. Yeah. They have different base stats, which is really cool.
Yeah, including speed. Not all of them can run as fast as Doom Guy.
Fighter can run faster.
Yeah, Fighter can run faster than Doom Guy. That guy's great.
There's actually a lot of jumps he can literally just walk right over.
Nice.
Which, as you can imagine, is someone who's used to playing the fighter most of the time, like me, then all of a sudden tries to play the mage. It's kind of a shock.
Yeah, going from fighter to mage is the worst, and, not to spoil anything, we'll see that happen later on. But, we pressed the stairs switch in the Guardian of Fire. That means we've made progress. So.
And that is the first introduction to the fact that you don't always need portals to teleport.
Yeah, that's a bit, that weird switch will get you out of there. I don't understand what it's supposed to be, but, you know, it does its job.
I think it's just supposed to teach you that sometimes you're going to do something and you're going to randomly pop into another level.
Yeah. So yeah, there were these locked doors on the Guardian device that that switch we pushed opened one of.
Wow, I actually usually wait till the very end to do these, so I'm kind of surprised you're doing them right now.
Well, it's because the other door wasn't open and I wasn't sure what else to do.
Oh, that's right, you forgot the key.
Yeah. Well, I'll get it, I swear. But yeah, this part's entirely optional. The one that opens the door on the Guardian device. Technically, we never had to come back to this level again, but you know, this being a Doom engine game, it has some secret levels, and this is just part of the process of unlocking the one for this hub.
And it's actually really important to get the secrets because you get bonus items, and unlike Heretic, you get to keep your items.
Yeah, and yeah, that is nice. And
yeah,
another
including
thing,
really, really powerful items like invincibility.
Yeah, good stuff.
Well, actually, there's one item you don't get to keep. The game does take it away from you, but that's really it.
Is that right? I don't remember that.
Yeah, it takes away the wings.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. If it gives you the
Spoilers.
wings, either it's just so that you can dick around or you need them. Otherwise, you're like, no, you don't get to have them.
Yeah. There's a Wings of Wrath in every hub, but, you know, it's normally at the end of the hub once you've done everything. It's just to, I guess, so you can explore and pick up goodies you couldn't otherwise reach.
Well, it is required once. Once if you're playing a fighter. Otherwise, you could probably get away with not doing it.
Interesting. I can't think of what you mean.
Well, we'll get there eventually.
Alright. You can point it out to me when we get there, then.
Well, it's not going to be this video, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I'd imagine not. But yeah.
I'll just say it's the end of the second hub, and that's it.
Alright. Yeah, I was stuck, so I figured that was a good place to stop the video. Here's the times I died so far.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
Whee!
Oops!
Oops, wrong jump key.
Yeah, that's what happens when I don't prep the jump key.
You know, when I first played this game, it took me hours to figure out there was a switch right here.
Yeah,
I could not
bet.
figure out how to get that damn key.
Yeah, sometimes if you don't know where the switches are, it could take forever to find them, I'd imagine.
Yeah. And, yeah, I died here a lot, too.
Yeah, this room kind of sucks. And I didn't even get the key
Kinda.
after all that. Like, what? That's embarrassing.
Whee!
Oops. Alright.
Yeah,
That's
that's
that.
to be expected. That is to be expected.
That's the end of Hexen Part 1.
Yeah, I think I can see why this was your favorite game as a kid.
Well, I was, like, really into Dungeons and Dragons and whatnot, too, so this game really appealed to me with the different classes and how they played differently, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
I'd
sure.
imagine.
And I always loved being the fighter and just punching people to death, because, like, punch!
Yeah, he's...
Well, that's why you play fighter. Come on.
Yeah.
That's what
I
it's
also
for.
like the aesthetic, too. It's a really nice looking game, in my opinion.
It is a very nice
Oh, yeah.
Now, while I disagree with the some of the level design mechanic-wise, like finding the switches, that sort of thing, I think they're kind of bullshit, which, well, most people would probably agree. I love the aesthetics of the levels. Like, there's some of the most beautiful levels from that era, as far as I'm concerned.
It's good stuff. Yeah. But yeah, more next time on Hexen. The end.
Bye-bye.
See y'all later.